Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. Okay, so apologies for the delay. I actually was trying to get, that backdrop that everybody loves so much working, but came across some problems, came across some hiccups. So I guess I'm going to have to work on that either. I don't have any time tomorrow, so probably this weekend if I could find some time. Actually, yeah, it'll be a while before I get time to work on that. To be honest with you, going to be busy this weekend. But I am here. I am back after a long time, and I was catching up on some YouTube stuff. Apparently, Kendrick Lamar and Drake is going at it. I don't know the particulars of that as of yet. I'm going to look into it, but it's probably just some more celebrity, beef crap. I will say this. Not a fan of Drake. I don't listen to modern music, but somebody brought to my attention a song that he did, where he's like, nice for what? Basically telling women, more specifically black women, there's no reason to be nice, to just default a complete and total bitch, because that's what you can do. You need a reason to be nice. So if somebody's not being nice to him, don't really care about that. And if, he is suffering from the results of not nice black women, don't care about that either. I mean, that's actually quite poetic. But once again, I don't know the details of what's going on. So we have Tamiko, we have Ricky Williams, and we have Mike and Vince Perkins. Long time no see. Go ahead and hit that like button, please. Please, greatly appreciate you all. I know it's others here, but those are the ones who are vocal. So greatly appreciate you all. Now, one of the things that did come across my information board was this btaylor TV versus what's her name? Princella, the queenmaker. So yeah, it's apparently there is like a lover's quarrel going on there, and I've seen this video where btaylor is just retaliating against Priscilla, the queenmaker, and she's just outing her, and she's like, "You're a terrible mom, and your bed got pee stains in it, and blah 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 blah." Now, keep in mind, I heard of Princella, but I haven't heard of btaylor at all, and didn't know anything about her but this incident. So I watched a couple of videos to find out something about her. And what I found out, I really got to share with y'all, but it was something on that one video 2 weeks ago where she was talking crap about Princella. And I was like, wait, what? You don't see what's wrong with this? She didn't see how telling she was being about herself. Oh, so Kevin Murray says that she was a regular on the lapeef network. See, I didn't know that. And shout out to lapeef, but I haven't been watching it in a while. So, and it's not him. To be honest, I've watched less and less Black YouTube lately. And that's simply because I'm doing less content. So I have less of a need to stay plugged in, and I've been busy. So, okay, so she's been on Anton. So she's been on these shows. And apparently wait a minute. I forgot what I was supposed to do. And that is my short of the day. Hit that like button. All right, short of the day. I don't know if this is one of her kids or her. If this is her, she is very bad for 40. Like, she aged extremely well. So, and just the fact that I'm asking, is this one of your kids or you, means that you've aged extremely well. She's 40 with 8 kids. All right, let's take a look. And I put the music off. I turned the music off because it's copywritten. It's the Full House theme song. They're not saying anything. It's just the Full House theme song. So take a listen or look. So that's her son, 22, 21, 18, 16, 15, 14, 13, 11. All right, and that's that. Now, she could be, and maybe she is on other channels, but I'm just going off of what I see here. I don't know if she's a single mother. I really don't. She don't present like one because she don't have that bitterness. Single mothers have a tendency to either display how everything is going perfect in their life as a single mother and why they don't need a man because they're so awesome. They either do that or they complain about men that they cannot receive because they're single mothers, or they just complain about men in general, while talking about how great of women they are, or complain about the previous man who made them single mothers. By the similarities that's going on here and the continuity, I would say that these kids are all by the same father too. They not only favor her, they favor each other. So, well, maybe that third one didn't, but the rest favor each other. Enough to say that it's likely the same father, or she has a type, meaning she without a guy. And I know. Oh gosh, I know women who do that. There are women out there who will get with a dude that look just like the father of like all their baby's daddies look like brothers. They look like twins. Okay, so somebody who's a fan says that she's married to a black man, and there are all by this. So you see the happiness here. Let me play it again. You see the happiness going on here. You see the happiness that she's playing the Full House theme song, which is a song about family. It's about a San Francisco family and the house is full, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It was not my favorite show, but it was a show that I enjoyed growing up. And now that we are all grown-ups, I will say Stephanie Tanner can get it. She grew into someone that can get it. Stephanie Tanner can get it. I think her name is like Judith Sweeten. She could get it. And of course, and I said this before, even though her brother's crazy, that girl who played, I know her last name is Smollett. It's like Julie or Jorner or something like that. The girl from Eve's Bayou that played Megan Good's sister and Samuel Jackson's daughter. She could get it too. Of the cast of Full House, as adults, those are the two that can get it. Jorny, thank you. Those are the two that can get it. But anyway, this is what you call a happy family. Now, there are women who attempted such a thing. And to no fault of their own. And sometimes it is their fault because they're nuts. They're crazy. They didn't succeed. So instead of playing the Full House theme of how happy their family are, everybody's so happy, happy, happy. Instead of her playing songs like that and showing your large, prosperous, healthy family, you do crap like turn temporarily rainbow. You're like, oh, I'll show them. Name the man out there that said, you know something? I'm going to show you women. Let me suck some penis. What kind of guy talks like that? But apparently this chick did. And we're supposed to feel sorry for her. Like, we're supposed to be like, oh, she's a victim of this queen. She is no victim. You want to know who's the true victim in the... Actually, I'm going to save that for later. I'm going to save who the true victim of this situation is. Who the true victim of the situation is. But it ain't her. She set out to do wrong. She set out to cause men, black men, pain, anger, just to instill negativity into black men. Here, I'm gonna play the first. I'm not gonna go into the whole 2 hour thing. First part, so y'all can get a gist of what I'm talking about. All right, give me a second. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Once again, I'm working on a backdrop. Y'all got a taste of it last video, but that was last video, so bear with me. All right. Someone says btaylor is known for trashing everyone. Now she got a taste of her own medicine. She portrays to be the victim. She is a victim of a lot of stuff. She is the definition of what you would call not really an alpha widow, because I'm not with this whole alpha, beta, sigma, gamma, G5G. I'm not with all that talk. I'm not with all these Greek letters. College is long over. I'm not with all this, labeling humans as pack animals do, as you do with pack animals. I don't do that. But I will say that she has been widowed. She has given her all on more than one occasion and have been told no thank you on more than one occasion. Like, hey, I've given you my everything. Like, yeah, okay, but I'm kind of done with all that. So, all right. By the way, speaking of giving, I would give her some penis. And the reason why I know this is because in order to find the thumbnail picture, I went to her Instagram. And from the pictures I've seen, now I know she's like 40 or stuff, but from the pictures I've seen, so am I. I would definitely give her some penis. Definitely. It wouldn't be the best penis, but she would get it nonetheless. There, I said it. That being said, what she attempted to do, let me play this.
Let me know if y'all can hear me.
I can hear you.
If the sound is good. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all put like a 1 in the chat? Yes. Can y'all give this video a thumbs up? I feel like this is not a quote unquote malicious expose, going low type of video. But what I find is that because of who I am and how soft spoken and how professional I keep things, I allow people to.
There's nothing professional about what she's doing. What profession is this? All right, let's continue.
To create a narrative about me that's not true. And if you haven't been on TikTok, then maybe you're not familiar with what's actually going on between me and Princella. Me and Princella are no longer together, but the way Princella is in the relationship is a lie. And it's coming in loud and clear, thank you. And taking accountability in the part that I played that could possibly harm women, because my platform is about women and it's about.
Notice how she said that can possibly harm women. These chicks live in a world to where if there was a weapon that only affected people who possess Y chromosomes, then they would fire that weapon.
Empowering women, truly loving women for who they are. I cannot lie to y'all. I can't sit back, and maybe this did give me some type of like courage to speak out, because even when we initially fell out, Priscilla was still calling me and contacting me and wanting us to be friends. Oh, she's still trying to attach herself to me. Her words verbatim was saying, I told her, I don't want to talk to you no more, and I don't want to have nothing to do with you no more. Please move on. Relationship with somebody else that she just met a week ago. And it's basically she's repeating the same pattern. So I want to take y'all through a journey of what happened between me and Princella. How did we come about? I do want to say Yanni is here. Real talk with Yanni is here. I'm actually at her house, and she is here as.
I don't know who these broads are. I do not know nor care who these broads are. I really don't. Just want you to know that real talk with you. I don't care.
Support system as my soul sister. I love you so much. I thank you so much for everything.
Now, y'all know why I'm here.
I don't know why you're here.
I have a purpose,
and I've seen the whole thing.
And my purpose is to not only help the Black Women Collective, but it's also to protect the Black Women Collective. Mm-hmm. And y'all know how I am about protecting my girls, the women that I advocate for every day, every week. And I'm just here to do my part.
All right.
And she's just going to speak her truth. I don't know what that means. You're going to have to be, it's not about race. And the only way you can truly do that is by, and then that's going to get you closer to your higher self. But you careful with that. And it doesn't, so I'm just saying, it's Black women versus. Yeah.
This is my soul sister for sure. And God allowed it to, and it's crazy because I actually met Princella through Yanni's platform when I was on Yanni's page and she hopped on. And I didn't get, like, when she was talking, it went like, the stuff she used to say in the beginning was wild. And so I wasn't really rocking with that, but I was like, okay, you know.
We were open-minded.
We were open-minded to it, so I did decide to follow her on.
Okay, we were open-minded to it. I want y'all to think about God's chosen and the complicated position they're in right now. And then I want you to imagine one of God's chosen goes up to, you know, one of those people with that funny, you know, cross thing that followed the guy with the mustache. And then they say, you know something? I thought it was a little extreme, the stuff that he was talking, but I tried to keep an open mind to it. You know, I wanted to be open-minded to all the stuff that he was talking, but, you know, I did find it a little extreme. But I'm a good person. I'm cool with you. I'm cool like that. That's what she sounds like.
YouTube. So when she got mixed up in the manosphere, this is me going through everything and how I met Princella and how it ended. When she got into the manosphere, of course, I'm in the manosphere space, and I left the manosphere space after, you know, having on Yanni's live, and, you know, then I somehow find myself back. You know, it's kind of like Stockholm syndrome. You can't get enough of them little annoying guys, but, you know, you like.
I don't know. Okay, somebody said she was on lapeef, so apparently she can't get enough of lapeef. What you can't get enough of is male attention. You look better than most for your age, and you likely are used to male attention. You've received it your whole adulthood, and of course some of your teenage years. So you're definitely used to male attention, and you can't get enough of it. I don't know what your role or your place on, you know, lapeef was. I don't know what your stances were, but you were there for male attention, and you were addicted to it. Keep it a buck. Somebody say, how the hell was she in the manosphere? I did not know this, bro.
Like, kind of like fighting with them, right? When I saw her in the space and I saw them running her off the platform, I said, you know what? I have a platform. Why don't she come on to my show where it's more women based? So I reached out to her. She said, you know, yeah, I'll get back with you when I get out of town, when I get back from in town. They were talking about Princella and how she's been in this space, how she was on certain people's platform and getting into it with people and running off. And Aaron O's channel, she was on Aaron O's channel, and somebody came up there and ran her off. whatnot. And so I was like, well, you know, we were talking about it, and they were talking, and so she did pop up on my timeline, and it was like a screenshot of her from her. I said it in the group chat. We're all like laughing about certain things, and I was like, damn, look what popped up on my Snapchat, on my timeline. Like, it's Princella. She looks scary. And it was the screen grab of her in a peach or some type of fruit in front of her, and she about to devour it. So I was like, oh, I'm joking. I'm taking it way back, Robbie. Robbie was in the group chat. You know what I said? It was something lighthearted, but you know, it was something lighthearted. It wasn't malicious when I said it. So that was something that was end up being pulled back up when Daryl got mad at her, and he wanted. It was on my birthday.
Oh, by the way,
I met her on my.
By the way, this nigga this ninja is always in some crap. I've been meaning to DM him on Instagram, Daryl Long. He's always in some crap with these. I've been in crap with YouTube broads, but this dude is. Yeah, if you want to give your side of the story, brother, let me know.
32nd birthday. And you know, we talked a little bit before the show started. I was telling her how, you know, I was being spoiled by men that I was dealing with for my birthday. It was really treating me out. It was really taking care of me. You know, they wanted to make sure I was good.
Okay. So remember what I was saying before about the family and this, and this? These women who want you to feel sorry for them have no problem using men. See, they like to present the situation, and you know, this whole alpha widow thing. They like to present the situation like, I give him my everything. I had your baby tonight. They like to present their sad story like that. But the truth of the matter is they still got orbiters that are, you know, that are funding their lifestyle, that are making it rain for the possibility of sex with them. They are not short of opportunities to start a two-parent family. They're not. You can't cry about somebody like that. I mean, they ask for sympathy, right? Imagine somebody, you know, who went to Yale or something like that, but they get fired from their job. They went to MIT and they get fired from their tech job because their company went out of business. But instead of for actually finding a new job, they're just sitting, filling their inbox with job offers. Should you feel sorry for somebody like that? She has no problem getting penis, like long-term sustainable ones.
Like, I'm like, it's dudes that'll drop $1,000 on you for your birthday. It's guys that will do things for you for your birthday. So I felt like when I was telling her these things, she saw value in me, that men were actually pouring money into me, that men were treating me to spa days and getting my hair done and stuff like that. These are things I don't brag about, but I was just kind of telling her in a way like, you know, I know
you actually are bragging about it. Right now, you're bragging about it. And you were bragging about it when you were telling her this.
Feel like all men are bad, but these men were definitely treating me, and
you got to give her $1,000 before you can be considered not bad.
Okay, treating me and you know, treating me to certain things and certain lifestyles. Like I say that we should all be treated like princesses. You know, sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera.
Why? If everybody is a princess, then nobody's a princess. But why should we, the arrogance? Imagine if a white person was to say, we all should be treated like masters. Who talks like that? The arrogance and the demand. Keep in mind, she's the victim. She's trying to present, this is the very video, she's trying to present herself as a victim.
So when we did the live, I was wanting to bring her on as an interview because I wanted to know what her end goal was. And this is serious, y'all. This is serious. This is very serious what her end goal is. So after the live ended, we were in the back chat, and y'all saw she was flirting with me the whole time, and then even in the back chat, she asked me, "Do you like oysters?" It's such a lesbian thing to say, because it's like, okay, well, first of all, I already had oysters today. Like, that's crazy that you asked me that, but I did post on my stories that I had oysters.
Okay. Now she's pleading ignorance, she's playing dumb, whatever you want to call it, because she thinks it's cute. It's not cute. It's not cute when we know you're playing. You know damn well that you didn't have oysters the day that she asked, "Do you like oysters?" You knew exactly what she meant. And it's like, what do you mean? I had oysters today. If a dude came up to me and say, "Hey, do you like sausages?" I'll be like, what? I'm not going to say, "Oh, no, I had some sausages today." What the hell? No. You know exactly what she... Stop trying to play dumb because you think it's cute. It's not. It's not when we see through it. Yeah.
Oysters. So it's just ironic that she wanted to go get oysters. But it was just the way she was like, yeah, let me, like, we live in the same city. Let's go get oysters together. So during my birthday dinner that weekend, I was like, okay, yeah, and I was unsure. I went to my birthday dinner and I was asking my sister and friends, like, should I go on this thing? And everybody warned me not to get involved with this woman. And they were like, don't get involved. But for some reason, like, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like,
fellas, by the way, just buy a hoe. Anybody who's spending money on the possibility of sex but refuse to buy sex is stupid. It's stupid. You're like a gambler without a job. Like, one of them guarantees results. A job you go to, and if you put the work in, you get the money out. A casino you go to, and if you put the money in, there is a possibility that you get the money out. These dudes that spent money on this chick's birthday is stupid. She's out getting clams or oysters. She's out eating oysters. And what did you get with your $1,000? You bought a stove. You stupid. All of y'all are stupid.
Like, I've been through a lot last year. A lot of people don't know
oh my gosh,
what I went through last year. So,
oh my gosh, she is psychotic. I went through a lot last year. It's almost like they sit there and they don't appreciate anything that the men are doing for them. They still just see their troubles. Like, yeah, I went through a lot last year. I had a really bad year last year. Thank you for the thousands of dollars that you guys sent to me, to a woman that you never actually touched in real life because it's her birthday. Thanks for that. But I had a bad year last year. Gosh.
some people knew, some people didn't know, but it was a lot that I went through last year. Like, I had moved to a new place. I left my child's father for reasons of my own, and I needed to go and heal. I lost a best friend. So I was actually by myself a lot. That's why I was online a lot, because I just went to work and I was being a mom, and I was online a lot. So she caught me in a very vulnerable place, because it seemed like maybe this could be a new friend. And that's how I looked at it always. I'm a victim because I'm a grown-ass woman at the end of the day. And I could take accountability for that in the part that I played, because I could have been a little bit smarter. I could have been wiser. And I take accountability in that, I don't make the best decisions. I'm human, but I will learn from them. Let me
take your time.
Gosh, this is taking forever.
Yeah, because last year was sensitive. So sorry, I'm getting choked up on that.
I don't care. Say your piece.
Yeah, because I was actually supposed to be getting married this year.
Yeah, say your piece.
So, last year was tough. It was tough.
There's a certain part I want y'all to see.
But I was going through this transition, and she came in at the right time, to say the least. Because even the guys that I kind of was talking to, like it was a lot. It was just wasn't. It just that is what it is. I don't want to go into that. But when I met up with her, we met up to go get oysters. She was touchy-feely on me. She was grabbing my legs. She had her arm around me in a chair. She was trying to seduce me, and she had her daughter with her. And I was like, I felt uncomfortable at that time because
Somebody said, I just noticed her video is 3 hours long. Listen, fellas. We've all been there. She's one of those chicks to where you want to smash, but you don't want to listen to her. And so on the phone, she'll just be going on and on and on. And you can put your phone down and come back and she's still talking. She's one of those types. And then it gets real uncomfortable when you're actually there because you maintain steady eye contact for 3 freaking hours to try to get in her drawers. She's one of those type of annoying.
I was like, I only came here to have oyster with you as a friend. Like on some like content creator, like get to know you outside of YouTube, because I realized that it was a persona that she puts on YouTube. But it's like she bought Pimp and P with her, because she was touching on my legs, she was trying to massage my feet, in public. And I'm like, she got on her knees and started massaging my toes. And
How weird is this? How weird is this? Like, yeah, so then she just got on her knees and started massaging my toes. And I was like, oh, okay. So she got you there eating oysters. And now she's on her knees massaging your toes. That's, yeah. Okay.
I'm like, girl, what you doing? Like, what are you doing? And I end up calling like Rob B to talk to her, so they could end their little squash and beef. And
Damn.
video about me. And I was on the live and I sent her the live and was like, oh Lord, this dude's going in on me or whatever like that. So she hopped in the live like, oh, and she just saw how men were always talking about me and like talking ish and coming at me. So she was like, and I was telling her some things that I was going through, living on my own, how my maintenance man was, he made me feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so yeah, that's what you do. For whatever reason, you complain to women about men always wanting to fuck you. What the hell? No one cares. But there's a certain part I want to
come in and get stuff done without men trying to hit on me, And she was like talking like, oh yeah, like you need to get you, a pow pow, a pew pew. We need to go to the gun range together. And like, she was kind of like coming in like she was really helping me, like kind of like, I know you on your own, you a mama too, and I'm gonna teach you.
Men are attracted to you, so you gotta get a pew pew.
Some things kind of like, on some game type of shit, but I didn't look at it like that because my guard was down because she was a woman. And I take accountability in that.
No, your guard was down because she was a woman. She was on her knees massaging your toes. Let the maintenance man invite you to a cup of coffee and you're out, at the range. You out with that click clack. But a woman is on her knees massaging your toes, and it's like, yeah, maybe I let my guard down a little bit because she's a woman. What in the world? This chick is nuts. I didn't even want to play this much of this video. I'm trying to get to this one
I
part.
now know that women can also run game on men. Okay.
You're an idiot.
So when we would talk, she would say things like, you know, I learned a lot through Pimp and Ken book. And, you know, I was told the guy that I was cool with, that was the pimp, told me I would be the perfect madam. So that was a red flag right there. That was a red flag right there. I should have took that for what it
That was a red flag? Really? Really? So if I'm out in Colombia, and a Colombiana woman told me, like, while cooking me dinner, says, yeah, I was talking to a scopolamine girl, and she was telling me that I would make a great scopolamine girl. She was telling me how good I look and how easy it would be for me to poison another guy and take all his crap. So a woman was taking notes from a pimp on how she could be a good pimp. And you're like, hee 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 hee. At least it's not a man.
was, you know. But I was like, damn, okay, like, why would he say that he think you would be the perfect madam? You know? And she was like, well, yeah, because why would I pimp women to go be with other men? Like, you know, why would I do that? You know,
For money.
I guess for yourself, you know. So then the live that y'all all know about, the one that everybody keep playing over and over again, of btaylor getting money thrown on her.
Okay, now here we go.
What
here
that
we go.
was. Hold on, I'm gonna let this.
15 minutes.
I'm downtown. It's okay. So she planned it. So she said, I want to make the manosphere mad. We were trolling the manosphere when it came down to her live stream. Rescue btaylor from the manosphere. It was a way to kind of get back at the manosphere for how they treated me.
I don't know you from crap. Before this, I did not know you from crap. Trust me, if I'd known you, I would treat you just the same as you complain about being treated. But let's listen.
And bullied me and all these other things. So she was like, I'm gonna come in. She literally called me and was like, I'm gonna come in as the savior. And I just want you to dress real sexy. I want you to pour up a glass of wine. I want you.
So the woman who learned from a pimp and is in the process of becoming a madam told you to dress real sexy and come over with some wine. Okay.
To kind of show the, you know, cleavage and, you know, dress sexy. Make sure you look cute, as pretty as you are. And I want you to come on camera, and I don't want you to say nothing. I just want you to laugh. I just want you to giggle. I'm going to be the one directing everything. I'm going to be the bad guy. I'm going to be the one that's going to, you know, and I'm going to have a stack of money and show the money to the guys. So I was like, oh, okay, that was her feeling good to stunt on, you know, the men, right? It was her way of stunting on them. When we did the live, I can now see how.
Okay, so all that for that. That was the part that I wanted to show y'all. Like, so apparently you were used as eye candy to make men jealous. I mean, that's the type of crap that you do. Here, let me read some super chats. All right, so it says, "Hey GC, what do you think about the soft guy error? Are you for it, against it? Thoughts, please, sir." Okay, so I went into, I don't know what those are. I don't know if those are pounds or what, but I greatly appreciate it nonetheless. But no, I did a whole video on that. It's a recent and very popular video on soft guy error. Check it out. Check that out. All right, so enough of that foolishness. Gosh, she's annoying. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Okay, so here's the next video I'm going to cover. Hit that like button. Hold on one moment. Let me find it. All right, here we go. Let me play this. Now this video happened like right after. This is her next video after that, after the last one. So something about women choosing bears over men, and it's like, hey, okay. Have fun with that. But anyway.
That some men are still in denial and their egos are bruised, that a woman would rather choose a bear, a grizzly bear in a forest than men. And
those men are stupid. If you believe the women who say that, you're stupid. If you actually care that a woman would say something like that, you're stupid. Yeah.
I brought up these videos of men even saying they wouldn't even want their daughter that they care about in a forest with a man. And what was concerning was one of the men, the woman asks, well, what if he goes, well, what?
And if you're a man and you want your daughter in the forest with a grizzly bear, you're stupid. You're stupid. Notice how it's just generally understood that men love their daughters. Now, it's generally assumed that women love their sons. But that's just an assumption. That's never been proven. That's never been substantiated. Because throughout history, there was always a incentive for a woman to at least pretend like she does. There was always something in it for her because the son is the one that wound up taking care of the mother later in life. You know, especially when the father dies. You know, even hunter-gatherers, you know, when the man is too old to hunt, it's the son that takes over to hunt for the mother. So they always, you know, had an incentive to pretend like they loved their sons. But not much evidence that all of them did. And we're going to talk about B. Simone and her relationship. Or, dang, why I keep saying B. Simone? btaylor and her relationship with her son. Fair use.
What if it's a friendly bear? It may be he rather risks it being a friendly bear than a man. And the wife goes, well, what if it's a friendly man? And he goes, oh, that's even worse. That is very concerning because with a random man, because you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what type of man you're going to get. Sometimes you don't even see that person for who they really are.
All right, it's going to buffer for a second. Let it go.
Are until you guys break up. There was a story about a young lady who was shot 4 times in the chest by her ex-boyfriend that she had a restraining order against. And the laws show time and time that women are not protected. I don't know how many stories I have seen where women have did the right thing. You know, they filed.
I want y'all to understand something. Notice, dang, this woman is unbelievable. That is a lot of weave. That is a lot of weave. Anyway, where does it say she did the right thing? Where does it say that? Women need to understand that they did the right. Where did she? Well, I don't know if she did the right thing. Who's to say she did the right thing? She did the right thing. We don't know if she did the right thing. Why are we to assume that this chick here on this picture is some type of apple pie baking bitch?
The police report, they told people, they got away, they left the situation, and all men want to do is say, pick the good guy, pick the good guy, pick the good guy. And then when you ask them who is the good guy, they don't even know who the good guy is. They don't even know who the bad guy is. And it's always left up to the woman to choose better. But I think the best thing a woman can do in this time and era today is choose herself. That seems like the only.
And there you go. The best thing a woman can do is choose herself. Now, she's going to continue to get y'all dumbass niggas birthday money. You know, the guys that spend $1,000 to, to get that thank you and heart emoji back from her. You're 3 centimeters closer to my pussy. Thank you for the $1,000. You know, those guys, that's okay. Like, she's still going to receive that. But she's also going to do herself.
Safest way, because if a man lies to you and manipulates, somehow you're supposed to know that. You're supposed to know and be responsible that if a man comes.
Well, you don't know. And notice she's still talking crap about men, even though she just got done over by a woman. Her next video, she's still trusting of women. She's not going to bash women. She's still talking crap about men. Notice that.
Into your life and plays a certain role and manipulates you, that you are supposed to be responsible for his lies, you are responsible for his manipulation, and you are responsible for how he just turns into a monster after you leave the situation and say, you know what, I am going to choose better, and I realize that you are not my choice, so I'm going to go ahead and exit this situation. But no, it's too late, because a lot of men are possessive. Okay. I personally know of a situation where a man deleted the woman because she left him. And there's been many situations like that I've heard of growing up that hit close to home. So I know very well how dangerous it is to get yourself involved with a man because you don't know him. And when you get to know him and then find out that he's not a good choice for you, and then you leave, then he doesn't want you to leave and then causes chaos. Or you end up having a child with him, which I don't recommend, but some women are fooled with the lies and the manipulation by certain men, and they put on a face, they put on a facade, and then.
Okay, here's the thing. And she knows this, but she's just trying to scare women away from men. She, I forgot what I was going to say, because I put the link to my last video because people kept asking about the drizzle soft guy era thing. My bad. But what was I saying? So, okay, here's the thing. When you are wealthy, there's always going to be a group of people who are going to try to relieve you from that wealth. They are going to try to get as much of that wealth from you as possible. They're going to try to hustle you. They're going to try to sell something to you at an inflated value. They're going to try to get over on you. That's just what it means to be wealthy. When you are a woman, and women have a sexual wealth about them, and the more attractive you are, the greater your sexual wealth. Meaning the more you have, that men want to take away from you. Men and women who are interested in women want to take away from you. So you have something that others want. And the way that people are acting towards that is perfectly natural. It's not good, but it's perfectly natural. I mean, if you're a wealthy guy and you go to a place where everybody is poor, expect certain things to happen, but understand that the people in that place want your wealth. Same thing with her. She knows it on a level because she's been this way her entire adult life, and men have attempted to do this their entire adult life. What she wants to do is she wants to create a scenario where, oh, and by the way, she understands this further because she does take men's wealth. See, what she's talking about and what she's cautioning women from, she's doing to men. Just like men want to, let's say exploit her or, receive sex from her. She wants to receive, and she does. She receives money from men. She scammed men out of their money the way that men have scammed and will continue to scam women out of her pussy.
Next thing you know, you're trapped in a situation with this violent man or this man that just won't let you move on with your life. So actually, I was at a roundtable discussion and we actually were talking about the bear or the man. And one person brought up a good point. They said, you know what's the most cause of women's death, the number one cause of women's death? And she goes, it's not heart disease. It's not high blood pressure. It's not car accidents. Okay. It's not cancer. It's not any type of disease. It is by the hands of a man. That is the number one killer of women. And when you really look at it, it's actually pretty scary out here dating because you don't know what you're going to get. You can't say choose better when you have to get to know that person first.
I just Googled it. Number one cause of female death is, in fact, heart disease. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for women in the United States, accounting for 21.8% of deaths. It can affect women at any age, and cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death for women, causing 1 in 3 deletions each year. Nearly 45% of women 20 years and older have some form of cardiovascular disease, and less than 50% of women entering pregnancy in the United States have good heart health. So in addition to being a man-hater propagandist, we're supposed to feel sorry for this broad, by the way. Jay the Ascetic, I appreciate the super sticker, brother. We're supposed to feel sorry for this broad. So in addition to all the other crap, she's spreading false news. She's giving false information. Because she's speaking to a group of people. Oh, the question is, why bother lying about something that can be easily searched? The reason why is because she's speaking to a group of people who just want to believe the worst. It's kind of like those super hotep type guys. When they want to believe something, there's no evidence you can present to them that to the contrary. Same with this. They want to believe that, so they're not going to look it up. But I am.
You have to date that person a couple of times. You have to build a bond with that person a couple of times to figure out if it's a match or not. Then when you decide to leave, it may not be easy for you to leave. So when you step out the door to go on a date, to meet a guy, he seems friendly, and then he does something to you, society and men look at you and say, well, you should have chose better. Men are not dating other men. And the men that are dating other men are the ones that actually understand how dangerous it is to date men. The men who have daughters understand when it comes down to, would you allow your daughter to date this type of man? Then the ego is out the window.
Well, if that's the case, then why don't you, btaylor, let your father pick your mate? Because apparently you can't distinguish good from bad, even when it's in public, on its knees, licking your toes. Unsolicited. Apparently you can't tell good from bad, so why don't you let your father pick your mate?
Then the pride is out the window, and then they want to be serious about it. So if the men are telling women to choose the bear, then what are you mad about? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. Would you choose the bear or the man? And this other guy made a great point. Men, would you choose the bear or the man? Would you choose 5 men? Because that you can't ask a man, would you choose a man or a bear? Because he can confidently say, I can fight the man. I can, team up with the man. We can help each other out. But if you have to.
Well, if you choose the man, you could get him to send you $1,000 for your birthday. See, fellas, stop sending these broads money for non-service rendered. They do not appreciate it. They will always see the worst of you. She received thousands of dollars in gifts and prizes from men that she'll never touch. And she still look at men as something more violent than a bear. She still don't even recognize the man's desire to provide for them and protect them. She's like, oh yeah. When has a bear ever given you $1,000, bitch? Has a bear even given you a fish? Has a bear even giving you a picnic basket? Has a bear ever given you a pot of honey? Fuck out of here.
Put the situation more extreme, because women and men are not the same. So therefore, men are stronger than women, faster than women, and all those other things. So therefore, we got to make it fair. This man got to be pumped up with some type of cocaine, some drug, and basically.
Okay, now she's just crazy talking. This is one dizzy broad. I swear, she was on the lapeef show for a long time. All right, let's see. That bear came out the cage like, what's what? Okay, I don't know what they're talking about. 4B movement keeps sounding better and better. Yeah, okay. You're stupid. Oh, wait a minute. She responded to this. Let's see what her response is. Starting to sound like the only option if you watch the news. Listen, the reason why B. Simone, I keep calling this broad B. Simone, btaylor, wants the 4B movement is because it'll make more thirsty guys, and those guys will send her money. Y'all don't see this crap? And that's what all of these chicks thrive better in a thirst environment. They love 4B, but they hate passport bros. Figure it out. They thrive better in thirsty environments. They want to keep you here and keep you thirsty. The thirstier you are, the more money that you'll give for the possibility of booty. The more they can manipulate you and make you take unfavorable marriage terms. Let's see. I saw a woman on X comment that it's not that the women want to fight a bear in the woods. It's that the bear don't pretend to be something else other than a bear. Okay. That's idiot talk. Okay, so she just responded that part. Yeah, so go ahead and get eaten by a bear and then say, at least he's honest. You're stupid. You are a dumbass. All right, I'm just going to look at the one she responded to. Grizzle, my nizzle, beginning of the video, top tier. Let's see. Just smiles and shit. Okay. Somebody said, damn, he said at least it would be a quick death. I don't know how quick death by bear is. I don't know how quick death by bear is. And here's why. I don't think that a human that is a meal. I mean, I know a human being isn't a snack for a bear. I know that, maybe a snack is like a squirrel or something like that. He just grabs a squirrel and snacks on it. Like, so I know that it's not a snack for a squirrel. I do know that human beings is more than a meal. What does that mean as far as quick death? It means that they eat part of you and then come back for the rest when it's hungry again. So, it comes, it gets an arm, let it digest, poops your arm out, and then you go shifting through the poop like, oh, there's my ring. And then it comes back for a foot. I don't know. But it seems like it could be a very long death. A very long and torturous death. You're an idiot. Whoever said that. All right, let's see. Okay, so. Okay, so these people are just talking about the bear. All right, moving on. There's one last video that she did that I want y'all. Oh, by the way, she don't give a shit about her son. And further, but earlier in the video, I was like, who's the real victim in all of this? Her son. Her son. She is in bed literally with a woman who hates her son, who wants to make the world a more hostile place for her son. She is creating a world. She is actively working to create a world that is where the women is more hostile towards her son. And she's not going to tell her son anything to prepare him for these women. She's not going to tell her son not to send these broads $1,000 on their birthday, knowing they ain't getting shit in return, knowing you ain't getting shit in return. She's not going to tell her son that. Let me tell you something about these broads. And you fellas listen to me and listen to me good, because as black men, you know this because you used to be black boys. And before that, you were black babies. And the overwhelming majority of mothers didn't give a shit about you. Well, GameChanger, how do you know? Okay. Most. When a black child is born, when a black male is born, the mother puts that child into two categories. One of two categories. He's either the bully or the bill payer. I repeat, he's either the bully or the bill payer. That's it, that's all. Meaning that if he has a propensity towards the street, then of course he's the bully. What does the bully do? The bully allows the bitch to be a bitch. The bully facilitates that. The bully is the one that allows the mother to be the obnoxious bitch to the world that we all know and hate. And if you have something to say about it, talk to my son, little AK. That's the bully. Now, if you're a kid that don't have that bully stuff in you, then you're the bill payer. Now, the mother will never teach you to protect yourself against women who are looking to pay your bills, or who are looking to financially exploit you. No, it's all about provide and protect. Like, oh, you're the first one in our family to go to university. You're going to look after your mama after this check run out. And even though I had to sell rocks, it felt good putting money in your mailbox. And these don't have to be like doctors or anything like that. These could be regular guys, because what happens is their support system comes from their children. See, you can't pay a person to be a mother and expect her to not look at it as a job. That's the problem with modern society. We pay women to be mothers through a process called welfare. They're not doing it for the love of children. They're not doing it because they have this overwhelming motherly instinct, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They're doing it for a check. Now the trouble that they have is, what do they do after that check? And after that check, they lean on their provider son, their bill-paying son. He was born with a burden. And the bully son was born to die. All right, hold on. All right, here we go. Here's cover with this broad. He said bio foster parents. Exactly. Your foster parents, but you see, you have to actually qualify to be in the foster care system. They actually do rigorous screenings that most of these bitches wouldn't pass. They probably even do drug tests. I don't know. I'm not a foster parent. And the foster care system also prefer that you have that you are a part of a couple, for obvious reasons. So there are certain things, there's certain criteria that you have to pass to be a foster parent, but to be a parent, but to get money as if you were you're fostering your own damn kids is what you're doing. And just like foster parents in many cases aren't doing it because they want, because of the love of children. They're doing it for the love of money and for the need of money. It's the same thing when it's their own damn kids. And that's what B. Simone represents. You are working to create a world that is hostile towards your son. I repeat, you are working to create a world that is hostile for your son. I repeat again, you are working to create a world that is hostile towards your son. Picture this. Picture slavery. You live in the time of slavery. And you have a white slave owner. And in addition to his white family, B. Taylor, thank you. In addition to his white family, he has a bunch of black children. Bastards, but they're his. They're his biological children. And then the Civil War happens. And he picks up a rifle and he goes out and he's like, long live the South. Now, would you say that he has the best interest of his black children in mind? Because he's fighting to create a world that's hostile, that's more hostile towards his children. Just like he don't give a damn about his black kids, she don't give a damn about her black son. You're a bitch. You're an awful human being. I'd still fuck you. It'll be the worst dick you ever had. Listen, let me tell y'all something. And this is something that I do subconsciously. When I like a bitch, or when I don't like a bitch, subconsciously, I make the dick terrible for her. I couldn't change it if I wanted to. It is terrible. Do I give a shit? Nope. It's just gonna be terrible. Because you're an awful human being and you don't deserve good penis. As much as I deserve your pussy. And that's the truth of the matter. All right, so moving on to this last one.
You know, you gotta take this serious. If it's not, then you gotta let it go.
Do you feel you guys are at the point where you may let go?
Yeah,
Is the commitment keeping you more than the love right now?
absolutely, 1000%. It's supposed to be forever, but it don't have to be forever. Well, I feel like letting it go is not an option. The thought of life without you, that's not an option for me. I'm just devastated.
Ooh, that man was sick to his stomach when she said, letting you go is just not an option. He was like, damn, I just want.
Okay. Notice how badly she just spoke about the men that you can't break up with. But this bitch is okay? See, this is another case of it's okay when women do it. She just spoke about this, when you want to break up with them, they won't leave. But he wants to break up with her and she won't leave. You don't see the irony of that? This is what happens when a woman is hyper female identified. These women are unfit to be mothers of boys. They simply are.
Out of this relationship, he's literally admitting on camera that if it wasn't for commitment and obligation, he would be gone. What he's really trying to say is he know it would look bad on him if he left because she held him down for so many years while he was in prison. Yanni, let that man go. He don't want to be there. So I was just watching a video with Yandy and Mendices from Love and Hip Hop. And y'all, let me tell you something. The word of the day is, the word of the year and continuing on in your life is stop trying to prove your worth to motherfuckers who can't see it. Stop trying to prove your worth to people. And I've been guilty of this. That's why I...
Do y'all see what she is saying? Fellas, she is talking to you. Listen carefully. Y'all need to hear stuff the way I hear it. Y'all need to borrow my brain. Listen carefully to what she just said.
And y'all, let me tell you something. The word of the day is, the word of the year and continuing on in your life is stop trying to prove.
Why she say the word of the year and then it's a bunch of words? The word of the year is a whole damn sentence. All right, let me go back.
And y'all, let me tell you something. The word of the day is, the word of the year and continuing on in your life is stop trying to prove your worth to motherfuckers who can't see it.
Stop trying to prove your worth to motherfuckers who can't see it. Fellas, especially you all that gave her thousands of dollars on her birthday and shit. Stop trying to prove your worth to bitches that can't see it.
Stop trying to prove your worth to people. And I've been guilty of this. That's why I could speak on this.
You've been guilty of receiving from people who are trying to prove their worth to you.
Throughout my entire life, I felt like people could not see who I am as a person.
I see who you are
They
as a
couldn't
person.
see my heart. I felt like the most misunderstood person ever.
I
was the black
understand you
sheep of my
completely.
family. So I wasn't accepted by friends. I wasn't accepted by my family. I was the oddball out.
That's because you're a complete and total bitch. And what's worse is you're not self-aware. See, you're under the impression because you're not stereotypically Keisha that you're a good person. Just like a person, just like a black man who says stuff like, yeah, I'm not out here running these streets. I'm not out here blah 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 blah. Okay, you're not you're not out in the in the 6-4 with the AK shooting up the block. Doesn't mean you're a good person. It just means that you don't fall into a particular negative stereotype. This does not mean that you are a good person. You lead men on and exploit them for financial gain. You are deliberately making the world inhospitable for your son before he even becomes a man. You're setting your son up to be taken advantage of, ignored, shunned, disrespected, because you're teaching him to look for love, and you're teaching the plurality of women not to love him. You're a piece of shit. You're an awful human being. And what's worse is you don't know it. But you want to know who knows it? The people around you, including Keisha. Just the way, I only seen a few of your videos. But the way that I figured it out, everybody around you has figured it out. And you're like, but I have such a soft voice. Listen. And this goes out to all you nice guy motherfuckers. When have y'all ever heard me say I'm a nice person? I'm a good person. But at least I'm self-aware. I know each and every single way that I am a piece of shit. I know exactly what type of shit I am. There's all kinds of shit. There's like petrified white shit. There's hard shit. There's soft shit. There's brown shit. There's dark black shit. There's shit that comes out in like pebbles and shit. I know exactly what type of piece of shit I am. Okay? I don't claim to be a nice person. You are unaware. But you are a piece of shit.
And I always just felt like maybe if they see my greatest potential, if I really work hard, if I make straight A's, if I won first place in a speech and debate competition, if I won first place in storytelling competition, maybe, just maybe, I will finally be seen as somebody worthy, somebody.
I have a bunch of academic medals and awards. You know what's funny? I had to stop and think about it. I don't have any damn trophies. And I think trophies is for the athletic kids. But when you participate in math and science campaigns, they give you like medals and stuff like that. Yeah. But nevertheless, I didn't do it to hide me being a piece of shit.
That's important. Somebody that deserves to be seen. And I think a lot of us want to be seen. And then when that doesn't happen in your childhood, and that doesn't happen when you
are seen as a piece of shit. See, here's the thing about chicks like her, especially ones that look like her. And you could tell that she put time and energy into her physical appearance, and it's paid off. Granted. But that's visual. People like her don't really realize that you can sense something, that there's other senses other than visual senses that people have towards each other. There's other senses. So just like if you make a piece of shit look like ice cream, a person will look at it and they'll approach it. But the moment they smell it, because we have other senses than what we can see, they know it's a piece of shit. The people around you, just like I hear you, I don't look at you and say you're a piece of shit, but I hear you and the things that you say, and I understand that you're a complete and total piece of shit. See, that is what's going on with your life. The people that don't like you know you. The people that love you and send you money, they just see you. The guys that send you money and shit, they just see you. If they actually got to know you, they would know that you're a piece of shit.
You try to be friends with people and they just don't seem like you're worth being friends with. You grow up being bullied, you grow up in this type of environment, and then you reach adulthood with that same underlying issue because it's going unresolved. And then you enter relationships where society.
I got something to say about people that get bullied. And I know some of you were bullied and some of you have been bullied. This is my assessment of it. And I could be wrong. But this is my suspicion, and this is kind of what I noticed by how things are going today. Just now, being a bully means you're a bad person. Let's start there. You're a bad person if you bully somebody because they're weaker than you and you can't. I strongly suspect that a lot of bullied kids, if the shoe was reversed, if God blessed that kid with physicality, in many cases he would do the same thing. And that's not really something. This has little to do with kids. This is just something I notice about human nature. About how often. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there. I am gonna put it out there. And this may affect my channel, but it has to be said. It has to be said. And I'm gonna try to say it the best way I can. But this really just kind of drives home that a lot of bullied people, if given the opportunity, they would bully. So there's a place in the Middle East. Let's just call it Starland, right? Now, the people of Starland are actually the descendants of bullied people of funny mustache land. Or, oh, no, let's call it chocolate land. Let's call it Mercedes land. Let's call it BMW land. Let's call it Volkswagen land, right? These are the displaced people who were bullied in BMW land. And they were made to breathe something that humans shouldn't breathe in that land. And then you fast forward and you take all these people who were bullied. And even though it's not the same people, they still have the history. So they do understand, on a ethnic level, how damaging bullying can be. And you give them the opportunity to bully others. And now who's giving the gas? Just saying. I hope I don't get shut down. But I had to get that out. Because she's like, I was bullied. It's like, okay, that doesn't mean you're a good person. It also doesn't mean if given the opportunity, you would not do the same. What do bullies do? Bullies work to make life uncomfortable for the people that they are bullying. What is she doing? She is working to make life uncomfortable for another group of people. People whose only crime is that they want her.
He has programmed us where we will find the validation that we are so yearning for and looking for from other people. Because when you work so hard and you win.
There's too many fake tits in the world. I remember I used to love the perfection of a nice fake titty. Now it's like, that's played.
And no one's around to clap, how do you know you're really winning? You have this mentality that you're not really winning until other people see it, so then you go into relationships looking for validation and affirmation there, and they seem to not see your worth. So you do things from your heart, for sure. Now there are some people who do things.
It's not from your heart if you're looking for societal validation, as you just described yourself. Listen at her closely. See, this is how I know that you're a piece of shit. And you don't think that people have triple digit IQs to put this together. But listen.
From other people. Because when you work so hard and you win and no one's around to clap, how do you know you're really winning?
When you work so hard to win and no one is around to clap, how do you know that you're really, really winning? So then she goes on to later say, you're doing it from your heart. No, you're doing it so that people can clap. See, people who do stuff for the good of doing it, they do it whether others are clapping or not. Like people who privately donate to charity. People who give a homeless person $1 when nobody is looking. They don't need an audience. They don't need societal validation because they're doing it because they're good people. Or at least they're a person who does that good thing. You, on the other hand, will only do it if people see you doing it. Same with your parenting. When you was comparing your parenting of your son versus Priscilla's parenting of her daughter, it was all things that you want to be seen as a good mother. You don't want to be seen as a bad mother. Priscilla, according to you, don't really care if she's seen or not. She's just a bad mother. You want to be seen as a good mother, but a good mother would not work to make the world more hostile towards her son. She wouldn't.
Have this mentality that you're not really winning until other people see it, you know. So then you go into relationships looking for validation and you know, affirmation there, and they seem to not see your worth. So you do things from your heart for sure.
They seem to not see your worth. Granted, there exist guys who don't value you as much as you value yourself. But then there's other guys who value you more than you value yourself. Those are the guys that you just take money from and ignore, as you did on your birthday.
Now, there are some people who do things just to get validation. I would never recommend that because you'll never get it. But when you do things from the heart and you're pouring into other people's cups, and then you're finding...
How many men pour into your cup? See, she don't even see the irony of what the fuck is going on. Because she's a piece of shit. And she's incapable of seeing a man's perspective. When you're pouring into somebody's cup, how many people are pouring into your cup? Because they really want to pour something into your vagina. Yeah. How many people are pouring into your cup? There was a bitch on here that had something to pay for her tires, or a tire, or some crap like that. They do not appreciate shit like this. But then when the exact opposite happens, it's like, oh, this woman, she actually poured into this man's cup. Fuck her and her fake titties.
Yourself being depleted at the end of the day and resenting the people around you because you feel so empty because you're pouring into other people before you can even pour into yourself. And I found myself doing this always just to try to get people to see that I have a genuine heart. I care about people and I love doing these things. But you could do things and you could burn yourself to the ground and people still feel like that's not enough, or they don't even appreciate it. You go around feeling unappreciated. And I've always felt like that in relationships because I'm like, man, like, I don't understand. You know, why do I feel so drained? You know, and it's because you're pouring so much into other people. But God had gave me a message not too long ago of pouring back into yourself, filling up your own cup, and everybody else get the overflow. And when you ain't got no overflow left, they just ain't got it.
Mama. Yeah. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the start. Imagine your mama saying something like this.
So drained, you know, and it's because you're pouring so much into other people. But God had gave me a message not too long ago of pouring back into yourself, filling up your own cup, and everybody else get the overflow.
Wow. You are mother of the year, huh, bitch? You are the greatest mother ever. And that's what it's like to be your son. Having a mother that pours everything into herself, and anything that might spill over is yours. Meaning that if she was stuck on an island and somebody was to drop some food, she would eat first, and anything that's left over, he would eat. You pour into yourself first, and anything that's left over is they get whatever spilled over, if something spills over. Reminds me of that one piece of shit parent I'll never forget. And yeah, dude, you are a piece of shit, nigga. You're a bitch nigga if I ever seen one in my life. Years ago, right? It was a TikTok video or something. Had a daughter. Dude had a daughter, maybe like 6 years old. And then a dog came. And a nigga jumped on the car and left his daughter on the ground. Piece of shit. That is some bitch shit if I ever seen it. That was some. I was ashamed to be a black man that day. That was some shameful shit. And she's of the same piece of shit ilk.
And when you ain't got no overflow left, they just ain't got it. And that's okay. Instead of looking for it's so easy to say, don't look for outside validation, go within. But everybody looks for outside validation. Even the ones that you think that, oh, I don't need validation. They do though. People need that extra boost of confidence, especially when you don't have anywhere to pull that confidence from. How can you pull something? How can you pull from an energy that you are unknown of? You don't know about that energy. You don't even know where that energy comes from. You don't even know how to.
What confidence do you give to others? What confidence do you give to those around you?
Tap into that energy. So people tell you, pull from your own bootstraps, pull your own confidence. But where do you get it? Where do you find it? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? Right? You have to have something to pull from. So when you've never experienced it, how can you say, pull your own self up from the bootstraps when you don't know what that looks like? So this conversation about Yandy and Mendices really, really, really caught my attention because I realized that this woman has held this man down for over 10 years in prison. She had his kids. She was working. She was grinding.
I don't watch crap like this. So I don't know what he went to prison for. Why did he do 10 years? The whole thing is strange, to be honest with you, because you have a kid, then you go to prison, which sucks. And you're in there for 10 years and she's out grinding and stuff. And according to you, she's out grinding, but she probably getting birthday checks from thirsty niggas just like you. And she's just giving those birthday checks to the dude she really care about that's locked up. I don't know their situation. I don't. It sounds like some nigga crap, to be perfectly honest.
Hustling, taking care of the children, being a single mother while he was locked away, and being an attentive wife to him while he was in jail. Because he told her, I feel like you don't give me enough attention. And she's like, I'm sorry that you're sitting in jail right now and you don't have much attention to get, but I have things I need to take care of outside in the real world.
Okay, that's strange. And maybe somebody who watched the show can clear it up for me, because how much attention can you get from the outside when you're in jail? There's a maximum amount of attention that a person can receive from another person while locked up. And I think what he would be saying is that the amount of attention you're giving me falls shy of the maximum, meaning that if we're allotted one visitation a week, you visit once every 2 months, which is a perfectly valid thing to say. Now, I've never been in prison except to visit others. And what I do understand from a prisoner's perspective, and this is just me just imagining myself in that situation, is you want to maintain your relationship. I had somebody, a family member who was locked up, who told me about the disgust of the food that was there. So you're going to be on your P's and Q's to anybody who's sending you money, because the more money you receive, the more access you have to other food other than the state paid for prison meals. So if you have somebody putting $50 on your books and stuff, $50 a month, that's enough to buy you a nice sweet soda every day. You have another person putting $50 on your books a month, you could buy yourself, some honey buns and a soda, like, so you want to do that, because prison without the sodas and shit seems like complete and total shit. So no matter what, he's going to be nice to her. And of course, if he feels her drifting away, then he's going to try to pull her back.
World while you're in jail. He still didn't see that as he couldn't see what all she was doing. She was trying to create a life. By the time he got out of jail, he wouldn't have to worry about anything, and the kids are taken care of, and the businesses are thriving. And now that he's out and he's stable, and it's been a couple of years, the years have passed, he really don't want to be with her. Yet she's still trying to hold on to this relationship that has obviously hit the wall. This relationship has met its end and its core.
Here's the interesting parallel. She admitted in a previous video that she broke up, and I'm talking about btaylor, that btaylor broke up with her baby daddy. So you do understand the concept of people losing interest, no matter what the circumstances are. People lose interest. You do understand that concept. You just don't agree with it when it's applied to women.
Of course, and it's hard to let go when you've pictured this life with this person. You pictured the idea of being.
Now, the dude that you left, the father of your kids, he pictured a life with you. Like you say, y'all were supposed to get married this year. So he pictured a life with you. I don't know how old your son is, but he did take a long time to marry you, probably because he was grappling with the whole sexy crazy line. But from what you tell me, your kid is walking and talking, and so he bit his time before he bent that knee. And then after all that, after he pictured his life, you left him.
With them and building this life that you worked so hard for, and you worked hard for picturing this particular.
Okay. So somebody watched the show, said that's a lie. He was actually afraid that Yancey was going to leave him. Okay. That makes sense. And that's what I see. Men aren't really as hard up for attention like that. So I can imagine being in prison. That's what you're thinking. That's what I was saying, that, you want to keep that connection going because you want to keep that commissary flowing. So, yeah, I can see that. I can see that being the case. Because like I said, I've never been in prison, but I wouldn't want to be the dude with the state sanctioned everything. It seems like that would be because you get the worst of everything. You know, you get the state sanctioned, or you get the state given toothpaste, which is probably trash. You get the state given toothbrush, which is probably trash. You know, like bent bristles and stuff like that. The moment you put it on your teeth for the first brush, it just melts. You know, you get the state sanctioned soap. You know that it's probably the same soap that you get in a hotel. It's free, but you still have your own soap that you, whatever brand you want to use. You still have your own brand of soap. You know, you get the shoes. I'm pretty sure you want to play basketball in your own shoes. You know, it does seem like if you're just stuck with the bare minimum that the state is willing to provide you, it's going to be crap. The drawers, oh my God, the drawers probably belonged to the last prisoner and it was washed. Just yeah. So in prison, broke seems like trash. It does. It seems awful. So of course he wants to maintain a good connection with her while on the inside.
Particular person to be on your side, and then it doesn't work out. Let that person go. Yandy needs to let Mendices go because he's only there because it looks bad. But imagine what's going on inside the house when the cameras are off. Imagine how he's talking to her because he's resenting her. He's resenting this relationship. So he's extra disrespectful. He doesn't care about how she feels. He doesn't care about anything about how he feels because he's been selfish. He's been making selfish decisions his entire life. That's what ended.
By the way, fellas, I'm not saying stay away because she might be hotter than she is crazy. Whoever you're with. But take severe note of a chick who watch shows like this. Take severe notes. I'm not saying that y'all need to just kick Chloe Bailey out your bed or some crap like that. What I am saying is that take notes. What it says when women watch stuff like this is that they have an addiction to drama. Which means that they have a proclivity, let's say, to bring that type of stuff in their life. They see drama as a good thing. And they have no problem when they're not getting their fix from television. They have no problem bringing that into your relationship. None whatsoever.
Him up in jail. Now he's basically begging her to end the relationship because most men are not going to file. Most men are too scared to leave because they don't want to look like the quitter. They don't want to look like the man that gave up on his family. They don't want to look like the bad guy to society. And then it ruins his chances of building a true and honest, quote unquote, relationship with another woman and starting over, or how it can hinder his money. And the way
that doesn't make any damn sense. A man won't leave the relationship he's with because it will hinder his chances of starting a new relationship. You know what's hindering your chances of starting a new relationship? Being with the bitch that you're with. That's just dumb. You're dumb.
he looked at her when she said, I can't let this relationship go. We got to stop trying to hold on to things that have met their end. Because regardless if you're trying to hold on to it or not, you just...
Okay, Clue said something. Clue Channel, shout out to him, but I have to disagree. It says, I agree, if she's a committed fan of trash like this, she can't be worth a damn anywhere outside of sex. Listen, most modern women aren't worth a damn anywhere outside of sex. And it's not because I believe that women are just genetically worthless outside of sex. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying sex is really all they have to offer, because they don't offer all the other stuff that women once offered. Like all the other goodies, they don't offer. Being a good mother, being a pillar of the community, building a community that's safe and secure for the son. And I'm talking about like creating and joining things and participating in things like Mothers Against Drunk Drivers or stuff like that, you know, like actually doing stuff. They don't do all the other stuff. These are not Angela Bassett type women. So, you know, really all they have is a vagina. Out when you stop doing all your Marge Simpson stuff and your Ward Cleaver stuff and your Claire Huxtable stuff, then all that's left is your ever waning vagina. And by waning, I mean, you know, in value. That's it. And, you know, I hate to be so blunt, but I mean, there was a time when, you know, if your son was on the football team, you know, you know, the football mom that washed everybody's jerseys and shit like that. And, you know, she had the minivan. So she took 6 players to the away game and, God, tell y'all a story, right? For those of you who are new here, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Tell you a quick story. I was going to be, for my high school, the water boy, because I'm not athletic. So if y'all don't know, y'all know. I'm not athletic. So, but my friends were. I have friends on both the basketball and the football team. And they would tell me how much fun they have on away games. Because the way Oakland is it's like one of the only black cities in the area, and it's surrounded by white cities. And those cities are in the basketball/football league with my friends. So what they would do is they would exchange kids. So like my friend would go and spend time with somebody else's family for a game, and then, you know, and his family would take in somebody like that. So it was an exchange like that. I did that from time to time, and he's telling me the stories and stuff, and I was like, damn, I want in on this. I want to be like a Lisa Turtle type black chick that wasn't from the town. And I wanted her to be like the sister of a rival basketball player, or just some crap. Anyway, I just wanted part of it. But that's what they did back then. Like if you were like a football or basketball mom, you actually took strange kids in and cooked dinner and stuff for them. So that was back in the day and time. And we're talking about a different generation and a different culture of women. But that was back in the day, a time when a woman was worth more than her vagina, because, you know, without her, you're left doing crap like that on your own, or it would just go undone like it is. So, but now they don't do anything. They just don't. Just the vagina. Somebody sent $1. I appreciate it. What does it say? The town's down. Okay, so yeah, appreciate you. Town biz. Local dude. Actually, I got a local story from Alameda that I'm gonna cover.
It's gonna hurt yourself holding on to it. And I use this reference over and over again. It's like you are holding an anchor or holding on to a rope that's tied to a concrete brick. Okay, a heavy brick, and you're trying to pull it up to where you are. But in the process of trying to pull it up, your hand is being damaged. Your hand is probably getting torn off. So damaged to where your hand can't even function and it's not the same anymore. Right? This is what a figurative picture of what it looks like trying to hold on to some dead end weight. The relationship is weighing you down and it's not allowing you to grow and prosper and thrive. This is what happens when you hold on to people who are not meant to come with you to the next level. Because God is trying to take you somewhere. God is trying to take you to your next journey, and you're trying to straggle along people who don't deserve to be there, who can't be there, who can't see what you can see, or can't go where you need to go, or can't go on this spiritual journey with you. They can't. So hopefully you can see what this picture I'm trying to paint for you is that stop holding on to people who obviously don't want to be in your life, don't see your worth, don't appreciate you, don't care about you, don't care about your feelings. They are in their own world.
Nothing worse than a religious female. I'm inclined to agree, but for a different reason. Well, scratch that. Because sometimes when they follow it properly, it shows that they do want to be a part of some sort of structure, but that's not what modern religious chicks are doing. So I know what you're saying. Because what modern religious chicks are doing is they're projecting their own selfishness into God. Because if you ask them, God wants them to be happy at the expense of all of his other children. God wants you to take advantage of all the men around you. Now, that type of religion, I can't go for. The type of religion where, a woman preserves her virginity for me, and then, like 50 years later, she's telling our granddaughter that her church dress is too short. That's the type of religion I could go for. But this crap right here, no. And the Zodiac bitches are worse. Zodiac bitches are worse. Yep, that's exactly what it is. They think God wants them to sell vagina or sell the possibility of vagina. That is the worst. They actually believe this. Imagine a person, a woman standing on a corner, offering to do something for some change. A guy drives up, says how much, and she says such and such. He pays her, and then she takes the money and run and says, "I'm a Christian woman. I don't do that." Listen, I'm not the most religious person in the world. But as a man of science, one thing I know is that scientists are smart. And if you created the universe, then you are an extraordinarily smart entity. And this loophole crap that people that works in the American court system, I doubt that it will fly when those pearly gates come. Oh, well, technically I'm a virgin because you see, I actually, I actually was just selling the possibility of sex without actually, having sex with the guys, and anal don't count Anal don't count because it's not vaginal and it's not sex, and neither does oral. So yeah, I'm technically still a. You think they're stupid? Do you think that they're stupid at the gates? Like honestly, like a mass deleter, a mass murderer, just goes just the day before he commits mass murder. Like yes, but I repented. I repented. So open up them gates. You think they're stupid? You think that you could loophole something like this? It's the creator of the universe. So it's arrogant for people like her, for people like btaylor, to think that somebody that divine thinks like you and thinks for you.
World, you gotta let them go because they're just dragging you down. And seeing that video and his head going down, he wants her to leave so bad. And she's holding on to this fairy tale idea of we got to make it work somehow. One day this is gonna be our testimony. And I used to think like that too. Like, man, if we just get through this, like this would be a testimony. This would be a no. Testimony.
Get through what? Why in the hell are you chronically putting men through shit? Why? Because you watch crap like this and you're attracted to drama like this. That's why. Hey, Ray, I'm having movie night. Everybody, I'm having movie night after this. So stay tuned for that. In fact, let me get the link ready. Yeah.
For who? How much pain are you going to have to endure?
The movie is going to be talk radio. Talk radio.
Is that a testimony telling people you're going to have to experience trials, tribulations, pain, hurt to get to this quote unquote utopia of a relationship? Or are you avoiding reality and what reality is actually showing you? So I don't know if this is speaking to somebody. If it is and it's resonating with you, please give this video a thumbs up and join me in the comment section below this video and let me know your thoughts so we can get started. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye.
All right. So that's that. Yeah. So apparently she's the same person before the incident as she is after. She's still just on some man-hating shit and blah 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 blah. She's been rejected by both genders, and there's only two. She's been rejected by both genders, and yet she still only hates the one, and that's because she belongs to the other. And hating the sisterhood would be in some way hating herself, because truth be told, she relates to it. I'm looking at a short, and she's not too hot. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all what I was saying, because I clicked this like after the video. Click this after the video. Hold on. She's not too hot here. And I'm not saying that because I don't like her as a person, because when I did think she was hotter and I was giving credit where credit was due, I'm more than willing to give credit where credit is due. But she's not too hot here. Her titties look like all flat and pancakey and deflated whoopee cushion looking and shit. And yeah, so without the spectacular bras that these bras be wearing to up the uppers and lift the lifters and crap like that, or whatever they do, without that, yeah, the titties just look all untittied. So, and that's just the chest. Like, Yeah, okay. Here's what's going on, and let me explain y'all this while I look up the movie night link. Let me explain y'all this. She does not look like Megan Good. Ray, if you didn't have a wrench, I'd time your ass out. Anyway, let me explain y'all this. There was a time where if a woman had 3 pictures, meaning you've seen 3 pictures of her, one was good, one was medium, and the other one was bad. You would assume, rightly so, that the medium picture was what she looked like. You would assume that she looks like the medium. But because we live in modern times in the Photoshop and this makeup, the Photoshop, the makeup, and all that stuff, you have to assume that the worst picture you see is what she looks like. The worst picture you see is what she looks like. So, right now, I'm looking at her picture or her little short video here, and yeah, that's what she looks like, and it's the worst one. So I think that she looks like the worst one here. That's what's going through my brain right now. All right, let me get this. Let's see. I'll go to the last video. I'll go to sent. Go to, dang, it's been a while since I had movie night. Here we go. All right. Okay, so here's the link to movie night. And I will be there. I'm gonna play like this movie. I forget what the name of it is. Shit, I really do. I forget what the name. I wrote it down though. I'm gonna play that movie, and then I'm going to play the featured event, which is called Talk Radio with Taraji P. Henson and Don Cheeto. Interesting thing about that, before I go, is that I was watching an old episode of Sister trying to figure out which bitch was the crazy one. Who was going to grow up to be a crazy bitch? Oh, damn. Hold on, I got to update my payment method. Actually, what time is it? Okay. So, no movie night tonight. Ignore that link. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I normally do it on Thursdays anyway. I'm going to do it tomorrow because there's a problem I'm having with Zoom. And around this time, I got something I got to do at 4. And then when I get back home, I'm going to set up movie night. What was I saying? Oh, Sister. I was watching Sister, and Taraji P. Henson was on Sister, and I didn't know that. I was like, oh shit. She played like one of the sister's friends. You know, one of the girls that just come over from time to time. It's not an extra, but you know, you have speaking parts, but it's still just like a, you know, background type character and stuff. So yeah, live and learn. Fun fact. So tomorrow, movie night, talk radio, all that good stuff. It'll be, you know, around 5:00 PST. Be there, enjoy. I'll remember to put the link out and put the link on Instagram. btaylor is trash. She's a trash mom. She's a piece of shit human being. I feel no sympathy for you. You're a piece of shit that got shitted on. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.